we a grapevines o omonje de e de mom no na yesi afofofo no mu a bibi kakra ebisa ba be ka ho from my underground information something of that sort transpired. And I have been in the known that yesi sa emre we mu a betumi aba say ntumu beba or certain social services. And for that matter, I'm not surprised at all about this particular increment. You know, I say a teacher of mine. Sorry, even though maybe on mine corner, na see a pempuntu juma so dia. It is important say taxes more a year very legitimate. Ye beboa na ye tua ama aban so anya bi aye nhihia fata na ye kanisa so no. Then we also demand and request for better services. Because in Sweden, sometimes we could be a pipe who there are other areas in Sweden also nebo electricity, same issue. We keep advising and consistently urging them to say or more better revenue collections, a deepening. They have gone to a large extent regarding the fact almost some the old meters now use our modern new ones are bad. But new ones no more bad, so multi as 54 becker. In the sense, we are seeing different types of meters all over. And it all boils down probably to the fact to say people's parochial interest would want them to source for a year, meters, different types. I would have thought and expected, say meter ye use for insuo and I say electricity. It should be one kind of a meter, you need to say a durable. But now we have different types in the system. Yes, we are blow her, yes, we are show her. These meters have been some of the problems of fire outbreaks in many occasions. The Adekye pole, if you have witnessed, most of the poles now didn't be born. Obefa hono na ebi a pole no why tuntum either back one blue na she ne normal. And we have also seen people baby a meter ne bono, especially areas where you turn no man a hono mo hango mo normal ne normal. For the increment I think say it's not too much of a big deal. I say you casa too much. The percentage are not too high. Even though 30%, it is alleged, or I mean, we know that increment in salary, base salary, has gone up to 30%. Now, yes, GFE in 10 terms, I know I have, but I think it's more in that direction to be able to get the services that we need. This maybe debt exchange, me, I am a bit sad and at the same time confused. What I hear you can say. Pay a biasem and as a finance minister no what time no maintain finance minister no but I feel say the NPP could have done better regarding the economic situation we find ourselves in. Say idea krompa e be a finance minister no ye pese ufi a particular group be we could have still changed kind of reactor and bring somebody within that same circles. Not even the party in general, but within the circles of maybe it is a family things. Probably the person can do better. But you see, this debt exchange is self-inflicted. And that is where my sadness and my problem lies. And I have cited this example somewhere, and I'll cite it again on your platform. Say, in Krofua, Omo Ekoto Bond, the number about 1.3 million or so. In the sense, say, information available indicates, say, omo echo in group, omo call, let's say, a friend, Fidelity for Koto, omo say, Flippers, fund, whatever, omo Koto, omo they are numbering about close to 900,000. And then when you come to omo, anko, omo so omo Koto accounts. Fidelity. Yes, they until what to be and the individuals so called also over 500,000. In the Ukabo is about 1.3 million people. But these people, the bond that they've bought no, is not for them just alone, but they have dependents. Into who can see any yen 5 million near chili, and now eba bechro. And interestingly, many of them are retired people. Yes, of course, because if you the 1.3 we get calculations per nanko for more retirees, and also move here base a beer 55 to 60 no. A beer they will outnumber or more willingly they wanted to invest into your Makoto bond no. And the retirees, say ni pana bring moja ni akwadwuma so sorry how much no man ne wiri embedo do no kakra. And probably some of them, in fact I will not say probably, I'm giving you a very cogent example. Maybe after a show on your sister station Neat FM, I share my number frame. And okay church me ya ukasa ne mu hwan papa na meka omo ato bond na mabuku surgery for many ewo eheya personal police station eheya gawa se ho ho no. Yes, the surgery was supposed to have been done last year. Now because all train this year now we're receiving the interest now kwakoye ade nti no I will push it back this first quarter of this year no just ya and ade be boom say boom see what he will be potting a work of first can de akoye the surgery no. And then he went on to say na yire nso wo pelvic hip whatever they have no
hip injury
and also another thing they are dealing with. And this is your number why you confused and atono ne adwendwen nti adie ne yebetumi aye abo na so bo open me de na ba be ye no na meyo but as to say obi be fa no any the issue or cancer na twen madwen kosi bibi so you reckon for reata o cancer ansa na ye ba be vet no ye nya ne nti yes okosa ne ho yare wo brochire meboa na ne ho dodo no question na me bisa ne say he should put himself in the shoes of omo retirees a beer one way or the other. They may even have to go abroad. So ombesa omo chase kakra na omo di biya so na nka bi omo akwa abroad based on the beer area omo on fa ne ho hye omo hwu no ombisa ne ho say enti me yare ya me kokosa me ho yare no obi a wabeto bonds see ya me say me depriving of his interest. And then the principal no crop so can say o jenso na o de akosa na ho yare and no so crop me mfa nyina ma no me ti me bum no ono anka be ne dana
o can say as a washeda na o ye ne sa a situation na aba
who created the situation. It's like I me no they created you. It is not Ura titles, it is not Erica J and they created here. The situation is self-inflicted and the corporate is Ura Kenfuriata. That's he is the main architect of where we are today, in the sense say, when you came, as I continuously say, the financial pillars that you came to meet, you broke all of them. You went on to clear indigenous banks who would have perhaps by now cushioning the economy, no matter how bad they would have been, and they were cushioning the economic small. Look at the dependence of the number of people who lost their jobs, the dependence of the number of people who had investment in those various banks. So we are saying, say, those things that you did, we were warning him, he didn't. Then he went on a borrowing spree. And also, boom, 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 you catch a baby alcohol. And he ever call her when he borrowing, sir, and the his party in opposition for 8 years was very attractive compared to Cecilia. So when the advice started coming, said, "Adia we dachi e the assembly ba, we reckon for reata and penty, and then Eddie could do baby I could do." To the point to say when they even claimed that he had, taking Ghana out of IMF, the celebrations. We also advised them when they were bringing the e-levy, they didn't take. Did you see the consequences? And are you still seeing the consequences? Again, you are bringing this debt exchange, and we are telling you that it will bring dire consequences in the near future. That one too, and also is that the ripple effect of the debt exchange, if it goes on, has not yet been seen. What we are witnessing and seeing are people's anger and the fact say they are being forced to do something that they didn't cause it. That's what we are saying. But the ripple effect in the next 1 year, 2 years, no, a bit shocking. The number of people who will die, the number of people who will be poorer and poorer. You are wiping out a generation of investors, and you are making people lose confidence in savings. You understand? This is the future that Ura Kenofuriata is building for us, and we must be very careful about it. We must advise the bondholders to resist this with all their might to ensure we can do without the.
Do you want the economy to crash?
The economy has already crashed, but we have a leeway to revive it. We have a leeway until let's use the local leeway rather than forcing people to lose their
that's it. Me too someone na meeting here. Ghana ya mobododo. Ghana ya mobododo. Oman yin you here man. And so esan amamu boni nti yeti sika so e come there. Said by Nana Danko Ekufuado in 2016. Wamra no pay to me, a dear free Ghana for nsem. Na sebe ordena no e fe nipa ho. O creating impressions sebe na de papa bi woni muntie ma na kwenya na o mesom Ghana. Na ne yenim se oba ame abesom ne se ohene ne nko a. Na o hwe bebi a Ghana yadru na it is so hene ade na si akonwa so a yentimi nka na asem enti de opa ne se ana de ohene ne pa ne se de oye bia na e wo se ofo so samre ne yadrum pepepepepe enra tariff increments aba no metetan trials it me ba say 2 months na me fie nsuo mba me to nsuo enti omo amoti area na mete no I think some of them are watching me this morning. Omo experience the same problem I me experience. Enti me a etimi ba say 2 months and now 1 month na means you mba. Na ene ye say the tariff increment aba na no ada ya yetwem afi ba ko ye de bi buy. Ti say the na menu an kan ye ka kire omo say monto mobo ye de we ba na ya sand we na hit you. And all these things na ye the same Ghana for na you see a few way more yato vat musi yentwane ya na yekotua the same Ghana for na yedi 11 yato yeso no ya na yekwa kotua the same Ghana for na enra fa ngobo yato mu ekosoro no ya na yesen yakotua the same Ghana for na ne food inflation enam baby we are seeing na ye de ebo den ya na yekotua the same Ghana for na ne inflation enam 54 point something percent ya na yekotua. The same Ghana for na mamu born in Tialaji Bawumia, Nena Nado Danko Kufuado, Ama Isika Sema say, ye ne see the nani munyam in Irano, Yan Yakutia Sesicano. And a dear Yan say, Nipa is soon now a by person or de patapa for Musika. Born who they say come once me. They are the exact people are Mukwa Kutia this increment in Aban. So what sort of people are we dealing with? In the MPP there, the moment my Ghana said, "Moment Daniel this one," and I said, "No me, am I?" Because I was share sitting in 2016. Yeah, no moke can same be or moka. Now comparatively, what they compare now, you could clearly see say baby a one imuwa. But this wasn't the promise. And then now my team and central for can be your board members who are bem. As for come preaching can quotation, they kind of create penny for a government appointees. So there's no leadership in this country, baby. I econo. We bet me abeka so can be a for. So we should just go like that. Omopa or china omo country as a Ghana for you know the ekwaje besia. I never can ebeko. The ombe be because or any next year so that and I won't nipa the open way. Because someone here can if he increment a year bond as me. A year then ye could do something. That is the question I was a Ghana for Bisa. And when I read this story from Bloomberg. And on my caption story and say Ghana economics woes na ye woman ye di free hini akwa kodru. And che bia na ye ka Ghana e we dwama so a ene Africa. Ghana your manya na imu akono. Obi apese ode na ni kire o my Ghana. na ye den na abusua ba ko be di oman ne so a ene ya tete na pansam no. And all these things started when President Akufo-Addo be ye Ghana mampania na odi na busuamfo ne namfofo ne yere dadamo enkontafo na eba aban mu ye ka say nepotism breed corruption e bo man. They never listening to us. Where are we today? Omanya mampani betena konwa so na Ghana yeka. If you Kwame Nsroma pencil, Achempon de ka ho, Kutuka de ka ho, Afrifa de ka ho, Buzia de ka ho, Rollins de ka ho, Kufo de ka ho, Mahama de ka ho. Na yeka ye 120 billion. Upon development ahodo amampani ahodo mabaye ko yeka eye 120 billion. Eba nanado danko Akufo-Addo ne Alhaji Bawomi anko a pencil within 7 good years Ghana kabro 500 billion. Na ya Okoka near the Portocas album said the Biamaka by way per where do you dream and brofo near the bar. Ye pe kwanya church motor forest near Kofa periphery the buy. Ye pe kwanya a dream Ghana, Bosnia boy say no smart borrowing. And no motisi smart for kwanso. So when they were borrowing in this country, we spoke a lot. Senya monkwane abanya amaba, aban bibra bako. Na nye se no bia bobesia. Ehona na kenofuri ata timisha kambu agents na waje bosia na anu awachi. Wachi ni champagne ni edi of finance ministry. Ho a cheke ne dokono. Why? Mo di se nua
enka me but ehona wa nchim ya se okoje bosia
ni. Okoje besia. Meti so menti bi da. Se me ma me Mary Osuma hinkru. Oso okọ Osuma Rural Bank se okọ 1000 Ghana. Okọ Osuma Rural Bank se betimi ama 2000. Me ma me bedu fie pe na wa fra busuamfo ni na se momra ne ento party. Near see a bit me mamma bosia crab 1000 Ghana. Who thinks like this? Besiana okwaje ya odi bibedi watching and edru wa sikutuano. That is how they reason. And these people they think say Ghana for ne sebe yemudodo na ase ye dwene kwa yechi. Nti asat now. Ahon brasiempo e woso mu dinya kwan e de pa Ghana for achew. Eme agi niema bitum no they are not going there. Eno na a painful aspect. Na we nyina no Ashasi ni free Uri Alhaji Bawomi economic management team leader. Yemfa no ma ban mu da no ne yese Ghana nyinim di about economy nyina ni team ne wo Uri Akufo-Addo ne kai. Ene ye de amamu na mawo. Emfia nsumu ne yakui. Because of reckless borrowing na ma yenti no. E de omana kodu mri bia ene oman Ghana eka na amene ye. Eka na amene ye no because me no kaza sisi ye see di na a depreciate no. Besia hodo a yajeje e wose yekotua no. Yentua ne cedi yetua ne dollar. Nti se ye kwa akopɛ dollar e de yekotua ye nka wanka wa e wa adwaman so na. Because of the incompetence of Bawomi. Enu nti ne hia dollar dodo e de bɛkɔ adwaman so ekotua ye ka. Nti enye wanwa so mutimi ka kyerɛ Ghana for so omkɔbɔ bosia de kotua ka. Ebiem oman ya yetimu a in 2020 CSA COVID aban budget deficit hit 15.7%. But other countries in Africa, other countries in the world, obi any work as COVID abantino, we did the abroso to 15.7%. Meanwhile, ye wamra edam rashibe jefia omuni tintin my Physical Responsibility Act. Said the beya nipa ya nsha wo so ne mra asodin bantino. Ye say ye hye okete se ne ekono. But yenya crop of leaders in this country. Emra ya hye ne yen no mo de adwuma. It is amre na so ya na mo ye sa ne ma ni na ye kan ho asema na obi amfi no. Hona na mo de ye ko. Ya obeka ya almost start your mo mismanagement. We came out early. So go to IMF. That is from the camp of the minority group in parliament. You can't say go to the IMF. Na kenofuriata share kaftan white. And our friends and for no catch the Ghana for say the omo one enough. And ya no mo refi say numdwa it will expose you. Me nua John Kumamo. Say enema omo atoto ni yie no Ghana nyo man was say kwa IMF bi because already no how are no mo denigrate IMF no na yenim kwan on be fa so akọ. Asat say me no kase to any. Nye omo an catch say ye gi e-levy to my kwa IMF. Ene ye ntwa mu ho. Ye twam IMF to the extent to say even negotiations are any omoko because of a momo born debt restructuring tino sikana hange whether or be na say mayinim. And this is not the first time Ghana ekwa IMF. Ya ye kwa ye de ne ye ko senchi ye kwaje Ghana fo nyina adwene. then your colleagues in MPPC and adwene na your free kura don komu ina de omokoi fine ye kwa IMF no hu say ye bru ha se da bia na ye discuss enne IMF conditions say the amount no say domestic bond holders no an agree there's no way omodi omusika be ma euro bond market no accept there's no way omodi omusika be ma eye den ye kodru ho a almost over 137.3 billion no e was say ye ho debt restructuring
acho obre
ya na o ma me nu baby e o
10 minutes aka 1 minute boni pona papa nsomra
eye den ya ye kwa kodu samre no ye kodu samre no because ye nya abusuan ba ko a ye de Ghana ama omo te Sri Lanka de no said the Biameka Sri Lanka branch and a Ghana because one family and a crash your economy. The whole Africa, 50 years in African country, be any wire debt restructuring. President Akufo-Addo has set another record. The whole world, countries are debt restructuring. And more than 6. The likes of Jamaica, Argentina, and Greece more. Because Jamaica for your debt restructuring principle, or you see it. You think you're always right. Me na me wo me sika. Na me dia koto government security. Government security na me dia koto no minim se ho na security na me sika na secured. Then omo no be ka kire ye say it is better to use your money for Ponzi scheme than buying government security. Is that what they are telling us?
Me that.
Under President Akufo-Addo, e better say odi sika be comments good than so the better government bond. That is what they are telling us.
Thank you. Honorable T. Glover.
Also no me that say. Maminti enyama tuwe di fluent na ma tackle subject matter no. Mami fa kunya wesu na membo honorable babies have a kumsing abaso. Wo hwe ne page 16 of the daily graphic na. Was 56 vessels grounded for using poor fishing gear. Na enyama we koso enye ne na hyasie. But because ordinary ministry of 9 is simple, they managed to grant these 56 vessels because of Sebi, net still there. Abwa, Ebwa, setting prescribed Ebwa. There was somebody called a pronomen fankono. Last week was the last 2 weeks. Minyantiesa or Nankasa ba fishing about vessels ni bi ako expedition maba. She was right in the vessel here discharging. Na yen share because type of nets I would use and yen nambia na was say oche. Then ye chinem bia ewo to deplete the fish stock. Ghana ye were yellow zone from the EU standards, you know, and she's fighting so hard to take us out of that yellow zone.
I support you in praise of that.
And I want to take this opportunity
very much
to praise and commend my sister and my colleague Honorable Mavis Habakumson for that bold initiative. When we're able to conform, and in ama the person ye nyina no e ba na sana na artisanal canoe fishermen wa no mo bre Chinese vessels no nyina no or they take everything including fingerlings and me bona baso they told me no the same page you know see 41,000 tons gold for oil fuel is in yet to media bar boss tanks no more they will be selling to if it is a BDCs in idea the essence of winning yan say forex na enwaye dia na BDCs you know we are told say every month they will need a maximum of $450 million. Bank of Ghana needs a scam and it's a butter trade no my know and this is what Kasabe dictate here say and yadia to and baso and all kinds of cacophony of noise but one share Public Accounts Committee of Parliament you know Bank of Ghana justifies it. It's sustainable because we share gold ounces and we see producing about 160,000 ounces on a diana a bit more na ibema price no as we conform forex na city no so e di ne chiri kakra and why dey so e be boy dey my they've opened an escrow account this can be come we are na Bank of Ghana this can ama PMMC the saying gold manufacturing mining for me and obi agiatum and yebabo bi abaso for the work that they have done the Napo Jinapo Bank of Ghana Precious Minerals any boss we are so grateful for what is going on the subject matter of increase in tariffs of our utilities ye hwe ECG omoduma no moye no from the production of the power generation of the power from VRA, transmission to gridco, IPPs, independent power producers. We should say cost of production now. Also no, a cost because any idea production in Yano, any sebi a baby one on a so production costs no akosoro. You can't waste so we have to look at their system losses. Yeah. Yes. IPPs for no ECG, omunyina gridco, omunyina no losses, system losses no idea. Na was a year share, na yetumi a year hojuma. So system losses a higher. It adds up to the production cost. And also the idea was say to make sure say if you do they'll be able to minimize the level of system losses, you know. The replacement of obsolete machinery. Last year was 2022, early 22. Once they're on the pylons, once the technicians, you know, assistance the lines, you know, as far back in the early 60s. Adotampuma Eddie Akozumu Abakromwa. Lines niya ayadada. And this is a generational cost for baby and to me and shallow to transmit them into the baby I was say according to when you are a scar and a heading and a year. So it's very important say you better see when you know na ye na pon the can say o say dum siesie ye dum e die siesie ama ye betia here because na you dum can and this is what they do for 4 years they subjected us into darkness. Ye nibia is also by so okoma ordinary tailors, saying dressmakers, welders, people who back them a cost of fishing about and go for them and say we have history in this country. How many Ghana focus on but these people have nerves. Say, Agufado, I say Ghana for now who can win in Nigeria? Also, no revenue mobilization is very key. Ejumafo bebre wo person betua asika. But meanwhile they want ECG to continue to give them energy, to give them power supply. Yeah, best. We are buying eduma here. What said yen say? A kabia wudi ECG biano ubetia. Say no nuzu be gina so na odi aye na wosa o say ye no. Because we wiase so a. No kra say galamsefo e be titi ye in terms of Ghana water supply e wo kromo a. Na wudu baby a nanu me di kire wo fide so ya so be kai a takwa chempem wo bie tap no a nsu afirimba no tuntum ko ye dim galamse eduma di wo kromo a is a worst form of terrorism. And so bina Ghana water ban sanzo a chemicals so ye to nya se be ska de ye de to na abane sa no e wo se ye ntumu kakra e de ama wo enti ye besere ye paniye na ye paniye nzo e diska e de kuhyem ama de we de bra enti clearly no yo hwa kakra na wa hwa kakra na ye nya de ye koyenim. On the issue of debt exchange program, asem we a check on the banner ye nyina ye di mu abobo na Erika J o kasa no o say connection men or describe President Akufo-Addo Aban say connection men. This has been his description. O kasa omu eja 120 is 123 billion and I yensu ye be sui bi edigum but eya ni we refrain who say Ansana Muba 2009, 7 January, no, the debt at the time was 9 billion cedis. Now we hear conversion numbers now. When you do the numbers between 2009, 9 billion President Kufuor Jamono, amu peje mu ediko 123 billion. It's equivalent to 1,366%. The dollar at the time was at 4.2. And we hear conversion now, we hear numbers now. That gives you equivalent to $29.28 billion at the time. For 9 billion. And I'm paying 123. Bank of Ghana, Monetary Policy Committee, now no more catch and say, your debts are paying 467. We have numbers now from 123 to to 467 now, amount 379.8%. When you are doing the dollar equivalents now at 14 cities now, it gives you $33.4 billion. Every we are free who say Sankofa pipelines now you know. When you go to Ghana Gas, they will give you the records. Sankofa pipeline now is so expensive. A year you almost about 4 billion, 12 billion Ghana cedis, equivalent to about $3 billion every year. And when you first say, the Jawa, you swap. Yeah. Sankofa pipeline now we on the gas pipeline. That was the commitment you commit this country to. We have to make payment to these things. And you kasa yepa. Menkasa dia kosono eyamide. Because so maybe kakra maybe ako see investment. I'm also affected. But the ye can say, baby, I think that the lamentation is enough. What do we do to get ourselves out of these woods? I appreciate a friend saying pensioners. Very soon I also hit in 60 years. Mr. Medu okay. Omo concerns, individual bond holders now they are legitimate to raise issues about things that is affecting their money. Because finance ministry for a share insurance brokers association association of bankers friend is saying any pension fund but the real people who matter unions for no na also no say you do me share union for because sika no and they dross one and then one share no unions I can bo mu say enya dia
at the same time.
Musika. And we are talking what's the problem? Somebody you know that.
Koso na ka 1 minute.
And finally, but now they've gone back to meet the unions again. I think that the spirit of engagement there koso because engagement no koso na cheche mu a and now omo catcher and said they have extended the duration in no. Kaneno na want to be trade, but now it is part of it. Say, a bit more trade, at any time person they are ever ready to look at it. And again, with the arrangement now, finance ministry Ediabano or catcher and say, we share first 2023 says you know, Nanka, Ukotong Winwa, you are going to get 0%, but now it has been increased to I think about 2%. It's better than none. Who be some candid opinion? Almost a 2%. 2% is better than when you're free and free.
Almost interest, Anna.
That's the interest. The 2% on the interest.
Lawyer Martin Pepuba have Friday. No say almost say your friend now exchange your old agreement with the new one. For the hassle of coming your TNT, then we'll give you some 2%. Until meaning say no one sem na ukayana for frobia.
Feedback I mean saka. I mean share with your viewers. You know. Say new arrangement no media bano. Actually say 2% interest on the bond. Then they extend to 7 years. 2024, ubanya interest of 5%. 2025, ubanya interest of 10%, and on and on and on and on. Said yeah, but baby, you do no. If we are not able to get ourselves out of Bueno, yenya emboa yenya.
Me da say.
And you media me say, yenya butre. Na dia yedi eba no, yenhwe na fa ne nyina no. Na nhwe kwan be fa so a, e be gia tum. Say yenye sa do you want this country to crash? And that is what the NDC want to believe in. Because they want me see from because they are almost bomb say it should crash. Now because Akufo-Addo are say no dey on go do and you are going to fail.
Thank you. Facebook Live, Valentine Kojuasam, we are building a cathedral without fire service equipment. The cathedral will catch fire even if they build it. Musa Abattoir, any government who wants to build the capacity of its people won't spend $58 million to build a cathedral and spend $25 million to collapse 465 and spent 25 million Ghana cedis to collapse 465 indigenous banks. I urge true men of God to recuse themselves from the board of National Cathedral. Father Beidou GH, the minority should give us a break on the debt exchange program because it is the best program which will bounce the economy back. So government should meet the bondholders for a fruitful discussion before enrolling it. Master Red Kasua, aka Hawafa, 2024, Ghana's agreement on gold for oil had started and the first consignment has reached the port of our beloved country, Ghana. And indeed, we are proud of this current NPP government for thinking outside the box. Sebastian Charming, I went to the bank with my dad to deposit money this year. He went there to collect the interest on the money for the treasury bill. They told him no interest, and 100 Ghana cedis too was deducted from his main money. So he got angry and withdrew the money. Treasury bill also, I see. Okay, Sandra, good morning, Mamia, and your guest. We just came from celebrating Christmas, buying huge books for our children and school fees, and now they are going to increase our water and light bills again. Government, why now? Yeah, Usankide, good morning, Sisiake. In fact, we must call a spade, but not a big spoon. The government should form a committee to bridge between the people and the government over the debt exchange program, just as what Jamaica did. There should be a broader consultation between the government and all the stakeholders so that the people will understand the exact situation before the implementation. Piaga says, Piaga, hey, Eric, has Mahama not been in power before? You talk, oh. And as for where from the increment of the fuel price, while good for oil swap deal has succeeded. Okay. Etonam Vasti from Sangli Northern Region. Your station is Ghana's #1. The NPP government has good and great plans to offer Ghanaians, so we should support and trust them for their coming back in 2025. Alhaji Aminu, kudos to you and your indefatigable crew. Oforiatta has done nothing wrong. The whole world economy has crashed due to propaganda. NDC simply can't accept because they want power. We saw you in government. Look at the infrastructure going on now. Kwekukuma, good morning, Obaya. Fuel price, utility tariffs have all gone up again. If you recall, I said it on your platform that anytime fuel prices come down, it then moves up astronomically. I'm not surprised because they are collapsing the state-owned refinery to exchange gold with oil. Ghana, what a country. Eric, Cathedral.
Yeah, before...
Page 17 of the Daily Graphic. Okujetua Blakwa petitions charge and to investigate Reverend Kusi Boateng. The Osiomo Enshisheno a conflict of interest and a possession of multiple ID cards and the other alleged criminal dealings.
Yeah, my basso, if I saw honorable Tias say, Abain Biaba, Naso Jebisia. In himself, buying beer to Yanikabi. And I buying beer anywhere. Wabano could Yagana Kautian percentage. Until you be bought 1,000%, will be bought 300%. Na ben a euro born now, Aquajino Kutia, Okutian percentage. Let Ghanaians know, say deceptive analysis. A beam President Kufuor euro bond of $750 million. Yeah, pencil I ever mature no. Under the auspices of John Dramani Mahama, we created sinking fund. Over $250 million in sinking fund for payment of the euro bond that Kufuor. And you don't use that as a yardstick. What the car amin or minor, just accept it. Say because of your incompetence, because of your reckless borrowing in Hawaii, and the deal minor could do. Ya mamus a lot of ways amu betimi ayama Ghana this or how na you need betimi free. Oba a presidential staffers what point in per 1,000. What are they doing at the presidency? Under the communication directorate of the presidency, appointees say nipa 19. What are they exactly communicating about? Oba of first term, we ministers need deputies in Kwabe 125. Ghana, this small country. Why? Who Ministry of Education? Yeah, or free SHS, who free SHS Secretariat. What sort of people are we dealing with? Who Ministry of Trade? Yeah, need any industrialization. Who Ministry for Special Initiative. You keep doing these things. Namudi dissipated the public purse of our country. And you know, sir, these are the correct things, and you are not doing it. And you are telling us today, sir, problem now by a burden sharing, we should share. Na time I kwaje besi ana mampeni wo fase company. And a transactional advisor koba na waji ni chobo. No ne Ghana for na eche. So if today it is burden sharing, if today it is burden sharing, Black Star Brokerage, 4 Charles Adubuahe. Over 80 million Ghana cedis now when you're on famra. Kenoforiata Data Bank, over 156 million Ghana cedis now through Bessia Boa or Boa no sell minor when you're on some famra. So how can we build a family and just impoverish a nation? This policy, I am telling you the gospel truth. At the Sikafor no middle class. Now the middle class for now here for. Now you here for now wipe here from the system.
Okay.
And that is what is happening now. It is very painful. And you think this won't be deadly than banking sector crisis? Despite best point, yeah, maybe about the cathedral, maybe, and the old
time on it.
I have no problem, maybe. Best point, then you see one now, what the financial company, no, then interest go. A individual sick and a daho. It is a best point to 10 be the quiet investment. Now individuals not so my investment with the bank and they say, so the amount fast over bro, then you tell best point to say. Because of your physical recklessness, you won't pay best point. Don't you want to collapse the bank? Europe on 13 billion now you can. EcoBank alone will move over 1 billion. Why must you can away EcoBank? And we have a government more meaning nipa. Now more hear these policies. Instead of you to come down to the level of the people, talk to them in the language on better say no. Shahan tiny jail mo ye ni kruma. What sort of people are we dealing with? Master man for breu. Say what that dialysis so. Now Sika we invest in bond. But some me no near the tone room hour. And then President Akufo will say start where you want to say ube would actually Sika ni the where you ka. What sort of people are we dealing with? And you think it is easy? Now Abrante no tested and on top bond that. And no ebia when pay. And no family be problem no nim. And this will be about a lifetime project. Will be at the 65 years. Now we can't any pan say ni sika no. Ubetua is 15 years later. Na do man kwa. By 15 years, we nim send any pan tiase and I want tiase. What are they doing? Sit with the people. Jamaica the neba and ya kan ye hu de omo ye. Na omo wo buo matemamufo. They met the people. Omo how are you creating in the country? By you every day we and Russia Ukraine and COVID and Queen Elizabeth who problems in what time will be any bi. And that's why you see cash here but moje. Why? Medisi from our national cathedral. Almost here they on BC.
Under 1 minute.
Yes. Many okuja to ede ne expose aba. Wa petition stretch. They should do it. But me the baby ana eye mayi kakra ne say osofo kusi boaten. I must be honest. One time me call Asempa FM. Me point no we pie e studio. Who me not happy me no den nsa to meet so no say nyame kese that day me feel sense them me penasem. But issues are always and the write-up, petition I file it was charged. I know he's capable to answer because it will be illegal. Say RKJT, me didn't to me with 2 passport numbers near the other. As are now allegations until say or no be filing in defense. Ye be who no create woman no. They should keep on handling the matter. But me they have me a bond. You come Ghana for.
Honorable. Me too. Or na boku je to abla kwa na mo ntu.
MPP of my enya dwe enya antan. Where was some dabamaso. We know how sensitive this domestic debt assistance program is here. You could see the team for Ekasa. A day baby was here. And Yakasa ya. Now when you are engaging, then NDC will come and rant. Catcher is a young antan. What is your problem? A brand Egyptum said Nyamamu and Shedan Kuyi Papa. And the day was so yet before 18 years here is about the constant engagement, and we are doing it. Then be no say And they are sadists. They want this country to turn into an inferno. Then they'll be clapping and happy and jubilating because of political expediency. No. No. Eric, you are failing. You and your party. And I'm totally disappointed. Say Ghana for we want people to be in difficulties, everything. You so from like way you look at that methodology. What do we do, all of us together, to deal with the problem? But you want us to continue. What is this? But continue to be in that. But we appreciate, as a government, you jitum say, ampa, amuchero, amuchiraba. And shishena wono, kwamben so was a year, ye judging tre, everything in Funching, ye nyani ya kabum, ya tuanamono, ya koinim.
In your candid opinion, government were engage bondholders enough, Anna?
Why engage them enough? And that is why they continue to engage them. That is why they continue to engage them. Unions for no pay your pension funds. They signed an agreement, they were not going to do it. But they've gone back again, engaging the trade unions, individual bondholders. And for me, they are concerning managing, because it makes you to come out with the best style of negotiations. And for me, I'm happy. Say, finance minister near continue to engage. Because at the end of the day, there are many years. So we're not going to listen to the NDC. We'll look at the larger people. We'll look at them. I have a small money that is there. The National Cathedral. Ozono.
Yes, Honorable.
Udi kan court the nature of the Bemo. Hello, Yami Mali. Udi kan say we court. Any interest will be deep. Now Black Wire who say is a champion of corruption.
Oh, Okasa Honorable Menoya.
Please. Please, you are denting the integrity and image of a man of God. Please, please.
Eric.
Ukasa nyamaedi wututu gumu nyina no maedi. Untumi kasa sori ne pie. Teshino ya. Kasa ukasa bi wa attack abane nyina no mayedi and I'm taking note. So please. That is not how we relate at the discussion. What does it? Untumi go teach.
Eric, come, thank you.
What does it? Why anyone say champion of corruption? I have no problem.
Is it wrong to be a champion of corruption?
I have no problem. But morally, young business who say, and maybe a yes yet say, or the car, a call, watching base. You go your who's kakesi a woman, and it's free.
Now you're chrono.
Please, anyone been a wider. The first job he secured was a deputy minister for information. Anyone been a wider. On your scan fever. But, and National Cathedral Semaba. Bana Bano was in Ako Shraj. Shraj Betrono, a Reverend Kusi. Alo Jenaka. Na onusu na yidie owono nyina no na odi amam. Afi ni ye bie assembly no so ni ya hwehwem. O kan ya me kan papers say multiple names.
Thank you.
Or multiple names. Minim said name change, you know. You sworn affidavit, you gazette it, then I didn't for no person will use no. Never go use in the way your question at the Ninya Beding a bit PP. National Cathedral for Abeyano say. Scano Mutrenda Jumana and Mantam. So they managed to raise some funding from somewhere, and at the end of the day, they have to pay back those monies. When you are at Tisama, Ubia, a church and Nadri at their farm. At the end of the day,
but let me give you this additional information. Now, she said the old day, big just opposite, will say, Uro Kuja to the no. Also, a baby in a car called washing be sick out time.
Sanity,
no yatism. In this case, or no, or the proof apa, say, company be the GNS talent. And na cathedral sika from cathedral funds documents a cathedral for na de komo HSA ye sika masa company 2.6 million Ghana cedis and no mu tracy na no tracy akon se sa GNS talent no kusi watin dia and also for dia our board secretary now enra board trustees no be yi ano no mo say and yes, almost is scanning free baby or no or soft kusi watching the ball or more busia, which is 2.6 million.
Now the question is,
and you could get to send no.
And there's a trail.
Okay.
There will be a trail because board no be transfer. To me and sorry say when you nisika mana brusunti munjina mfango yejuma. There should be a trail, paper trail. The history of how this process started, the transaction started. You try it. You call GNS something financial JNS financial talent whatever. You try to call you pebusia almost okay, you have the money that is coming. There's a money that will come. A bar, they satisfy themselves with everything and they give out. At the end of the day, it's kanaba. Bushana mokoji and magutiaka. Ejumana was a muyano, musumudi. And all these things will come up at the start.
The next 5 minutes.
So, Madam, Honorable, will you feel Achim Asafu?
Before my wife.
Okay. Meshia, Honorable Sophia Akuokun, the incoming MP for Ayosu Central.
Okay.
Or your current MP for Ubum. Now, this time to be bit too.
Still in your 5 minutes.
5 minutes more. Interchanging so circle. As I drive along the last floor on the top again. From about last week, I'm saying, but don't forget Dasro Hop. Railings, no. I think we should look at it now. I think it's risky. We should clear such people. Be mobile, not as but down for
Collective assembly. No, that is the responsibility.
And check those areas. Cathedral. I oppose it to the last blood of my veins. Not the cathedral as in cathedral, but the manner in which the cathedral was propagated, its conception from an individual to a national scale, from an individual who told us that it is a promise between Ono ni Nyankopon. We don't need to believe by it any longer. Now, Fedia, what do you best say? You come now, we are young, so also back of a Nkrofo, I'll bet me a boa. Moko bridge, let's come Kunyaye. 900 and something thousand Ghana cedis, almost a million Ghana cedis. More the highest symposium, more we say scanning in one bag of cement. One bag, not even that bag, 120 size scanning. You think say people will continue to donate, knowing very well that there are more symposia to be done and that there are more engagement regarding the cathedral. We are President promised say taxpayers pay use 1 peso. Never. The first taxpayers' money that was used was to clear the taxpayers' buildings and also to usurp on the taxpayers' land. Before the usurpation of the taxpayers' land, the clearing of the and that's the demolition of the building. Did. Ora Archbishop Duncan William. Ebbe catcher some crowd that Casa Bay and Aden. President Casa Betuna no Tuaka only use taxpayers. Na Bebe Amoye, Ecosi him. Timon shut it up. And indeed we shut up. Little did we know that monies from the so-called your friend is simple. Contingency vote had been sneaked out into the start of the cathedral. Mr. What baffles me is I think the MPP for of late, talent, so I bet you more you. The talent, or then the talent, and another talent is back. The word talent in the day. I bet more or less a chronic word and an albatross in the scheme of doing things dubiously. This particular JNS talent, Mama Kai, I stand to be corrected. Ura Rokumbo be Tarzan during Ghana at 50. Almost one watch Romo. Until ya and say, "Was you me? I'm a bomb bossia." And we in Sika Pudu, and a day celebrity Ghana at 50. As to how that money was paid, whatever it is, we can't tell now. But if on the blind side of the people of this country, His Excellency the sitting president now the Dan Kokufado has imposed the cathedral, his cathedral, on us. Now, a so-called national cathedral, then any monies that are going into its construction must be approved by Parliament. And just how then does a board member, now say be a member of the trustees, single-handedly say member was here, and then the board will agree? Oponi, from Mr. Oponi, Opokuina, ye boo papa, opening ye boo papa. In fact, the eminent people are more trustee, no, so no. Ye boo papa, don't taint your churches. More resign, and you see, I'm dumbfounded as to why the so-called board of trustees are still intact, or is still intact. By this time, they should have all resigned. The cathedral is full of lies, not based on faith. Indeed, we have never heard. Say prophet be a catch the opinion now the Danko for His Excellency. Say only cathedral. And fancy Yankupon Munya. The say the attitude was me attitude form. The year cow high na yedi ano Yankupon peso be send ma ebre. When indeed you could do something to liberate your people, you still want to construct a cathedral. Hey, I think the pastors no the omo genesis say omo resign say omo say omo ndi echebe Yakobon be punish omo. No, what they are doing is rather giving them problem between omo and Yakobon.
Oh yeah, Nyameka zama.
Answer ya. Yakobon so boy to send in start so the cause who. And the issue about the Yeroku Jeto Braka the Abetu Abonteno. Well, we commend him for his consistency in terms of investigating certain issues regarding how we spend our public money. But there is something inconclusive about his findings. Everything that he's brought out, we are looking out fervently to see, say, the person involved, country, you say, Kusi Boateng.
Reverend Victor Kusi Boateng.
Was that what it didn't back?
Kwabena do Jemfi.
Ko Jemfi. Yeah, she said. Yeah, she's a good job. First of all,
Mattis also also the Amani lawyers.
Or said
also the Amani lawyers are not the commanding lawyers.
Because first of all, the board of trustees erred by agreeing to accept his patronage. Patronage, and it's one of the serious conflict of interest. If you engage in, I am very confident, say. After loading Saskanma board of trustees for the cathedral.
This one that you are passing judgment, Nashraji Banas or man can say the air that Obeja to
the aid. Shrai cannot tell me that these people did not err in collecting a loan from an individual over a national cathedral. You understand? And I'm saying, say, there could be two things. One, Ebia Uriah Kusi Boateng.
Yes, Reverend.
Reverend.
And a Prophet Victor
yes,
Kusi Boateng.
Prophet Ebia. Now, was swear affidavit for change of name. That information is where I'm saying, say, it's more or less inconclusive in Yeroku Jeto about.
But two passports, two different numbers.
Well,
that is the issue.
No, if he swore...
One of the passport has expired.
Okay.
So if he sworn an affidavit to that effect...
And I think it expired way back 2014.
2016.
By his
two
passport.
2016.
That's the current one.
Yeah.
Maybe we have pictures.
If he sworn an affidavit to annul whatever, and maybe stated in it, say, but this also and so name still holds until further notice, then he can exonerate himself from that aspect. Two, even if he
every document bearing the former name is still valid. Yeah.
Even if you saw an affidavit per our laws, if you have not gazetted it, it's more or less null and void.
Okay.
And also, we should be told, say it was gazetted. When we have the records to show, say, Ampa or Gazette. But what we want to see a very credible investigation. Now, young family are hopeful because seriously, the cathedral baby air corner. It is not going to help this country. Just simply put in conclusion. His Excellency His Excellency to do the honorable and then rescind his decision to go ahead with the cathedral.
Thank you.
And punishment for that.
Overall, as an internal political analyst and Honorable Daniel Nikwate Titus Glover, former MP Temait, former Deputy Minister of Transport, ebi ana reshuffle no anya baby a reshuffle la she. Oh, Eric and Jay.
I know that formality
officer. Time kit over the mouth. Say I would
because I
But he said something and I'm in a
quickly.
Say Minia Okujeto, the minister, no one year Jumada, now not in the car co boons you, Missika Nedam. I think it was 20,000 or so. As that's then a story in a bio.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, mommy and yet said there. Ya will be mono, no money your key, and your DB moto. What am I saying? As your DB moto, I'm an near DB moto, so. And then maybe make us your bonte, my copper you bones soup. Nay, ye misika from now what here, or you can say in the many jumanda. I don't think so. It or go. Ye can't okuja to contribution or your national development. A key. COVID the buyer no. Private schools say one constituency, and no teacher for Naka. Okay. Now, the hospital equipment or they buy 3 containers. I want the constituency. President can or so on any pending flight in just on Quancon. On no exposed no. Or high remuneration $20,000 per hour. He was the person who brought it up. So today,
not in the pocket money there.
A common fund, but MPB and the wedi. Yes, I am telling you.
Common fund, they say into the assemblies. Common fund. You only give instructions.
I may say, among compared the Omoyan and the Onosoye. You know. So when a young man say, "Oh, do fine," Mona modemo title, Labano and Yejumada. What I say? But we are on the no Yejuma Zimbabwe, our Bank of Ghana, and that is the economy today.
Yes, sir.
Now, per se, I'll go too deep. But you see, Eric,
Honorable,
whoever calls for equity must come clean.
Yeah,
you are judging Reverend Tacholete Kusi Boate. You are alleging corruption over his head. And I may catch her with say, even though you're much charges of own shame. What is saying? Allegedly, please.
And yeah, well, he's not referring to. I think he's referring
allegedly, we were told. Say Yanyaska say. Ewo wukabutuma wukoruka. But is it not a fact that he hasn't worked before? The first job he secured was Deputy Minister for Information.
How did he manage?
Oh, please, I beg you. That was the first job he secured. Number 2, was the president to Tukwan Wachataka? Everyone know the Deputy Minister flight. You go and check records at the airport. The number of time he travels out of the country. When he was a deputy minister
with a chartered flight.
What do you call it? Business class.
Okay.
At your level, number of times would they took.
Oh my God.
So please, the president there, the security room here.
Thank you.
So please don't even go there.
Thank you.
And just come now, coach right. Say Bishop. Come on.
Sorry.
The uncle, and then the yes, say Kokobot CEO reject a Greek minister job.
Now,
yeah, boss,
yeah, boss,
yeah, boss, who paper, yeah, we want
and the men are the boss. Simply put, sister, the lobby course from the grapevine, and then 3 days, me die, and none die anybody. Crowfoot tree. I say, so sorry, now, quite for no boyum. Now, be as a hymn, so say praises, so that's it. And Crawford is Kakugu, pulpit in
offering bowl.
There be sometimes on the pulpit. So quite for yes or more
on the altar. Yeah, they drop it on the altar.
So quite for yes or more yes or more quenching you now. Obo say now pastor I don't know why ignite it. Where started. Richard for year can't see a bed that day. Yeah, Jim collection now. Me some that be very good.
So he's introducing another topic. Signing off for that. Thank you, Madam Wasieri. Me da zelvo gase and every matter dear Shemi. If you are zelvo, once you bet me who are zelvo na once wa show wata the shem kama pa na kaise February as well. My 1-year training for fashion illustration and fashion designing. Enti kona kosu enim die na fa ɛbɛboa wo adwuma wate friend 0244155266 0244155266 as they'll say a style for every story metimi Michael's fefefe I am a French catty a free luxury by Kim or Roman Rage now they have who baby or friend no na hwehwɛ no on Instagram luxury by Kim as in Kim Kardashian TKIM friend 055 1296941 055 1296941 emi bia ebio me de yakrama yeda se se o hweye nyame adwo chena ade chenhwema besiaba